built this little nest box. We had non-stop rain for about 10 days, so I'm just mowing my lawn, so you have to bear with that. Sorry. Just gonna give you a little peek of what they're doing in here. I made this metal cover so they can have clear there. See, they've put a couple eggs in here. That's only the second day it's been here. So really happy with that. I'm going to set you up with the broadcast here. Hopefully you'll get to see a lot. Hopefully it's tall enough. Oh, that's not going to quite work. Sorry, I have not done a broadcast in this new cage yet. Rough on, but for now I got a tarp. I'm going to be building an internal frame in this out of wood. That way I know it'll stay to the correct size and not wobble. This is really a dog run. Works pretty good, but I've turned it into a chicken run. I still got some stuff to do to it though before it's where I want it. These are the 5 of my Olandsk Dwarfs. 3 more right here. These are more of the dark colored birds. Come around and give you a picture of these as an update. There you go. Get down here so they can see guys. Now, these guys have white legs. I went ahead and separated them by the color of their feet. Either is good. My son had a dog right here, and this is what a dog will do to your lawn. So that's my next project, is to till this up. Go ahead and throw down some grass seed and get that going. That'll be in the next 2 years. Let me just come over here like this and let you take a look. No, this ain't the greatest video. Guess we can go inside. Give you a little more of a tour. This is their water. I just had this feeder made for them. That's a play perch I got in here for them. Get them some exercise jumping up and down. This piece of wood I'm going to use for framing here, 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 and then I'll take across bottom and top. That way it won't move, because this cage is held together by these, and there's another one, and they seem to, it does a good job, but I just want to make it so, like if there's water up on top, it kind of pulls it together a little bit by having the wood foundation. That'll prevent that. This is their little perch they like to sleep on. This is the new run. I am planning on, now that I got this in, I'm planning on doing smaller chicken wire along the bottom there. Wire as well. But this is a work in progress. I think the birds are looking really good though. Humidity right, so that's gone. I got a much better incubator, so I think I'll have a lot better results with the batch in there. I've got them in for about 8 days now. I got about 20 something eggs in there. Some of them are silkies though. I put a few silkies in there because, well, silkies are cute, and I'm actually using them as incubators as well. The last about a week or so, all the eggs from these Olandsk have went under the silkies. But they like this. I don't like how she can stick her head out, though. I worry about a cat or something coming along and taking them out. So that will get worked on this week and completed. And I think it'll be a little safer with holidays and stuff going on. We kind of got delayed on this. I'm going to paint this, trying to decide if I want to do a nice white trim. But they do like it so far. I'll give you another view here. I designed it so it'd open on both sides, that way I can get to them easier. And I did raise the entrance just higher than this. Oh, you can see there's a hen in there. I think she's getting ready to lay, so I'm just going to back off. Let's see if she makes a bunch of noise soon. They kind of got slow laying for a few days while they were in here. I think part of that was I didn't have constant feed. Something I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out a way to get this feeder off the ground and have it hang so it's off the ground. The other ones, I have them on cinder blocks raised, so they can reach in pretty good, but I kind of want to get them off the ground, just for rodent protection, especially while I have this kind of open. And I'm not going to take the screen all the way to the top, so that will definitely impact that capability. These birds, they were all born before Christmas or early December, so they're now 7 months old. They're looking really beautiful. I kept the light rooster right here. We had another one like him. He got sick after he was shipped. He didn't make it. I think just he got stressed out on the transportation, and he died like 4 or 5 days later. I was hand feeding him, giving him vitamins, did everything I could. Maybe there was just something wrong with him too. I don't know for sure, but he didn't make it. We called him Chick-fil-A because, well, my daughter thought he looked like a cow. And so I kept this rooster here. He's the only light one I really got. He's a little darker, but we named him Eat More Chicken. And then this rooster here, his name's Gumbo. He's very dark. I'll have to do a video in the morning when it's a little brighter over here. His color will really come out. And then the rooster over there, I named him Peppercorn. Just because he has so many colors. I put some suggestions on Facebook and people give me ideas. And so these two are really named after different people. However, somebody told me to name that one there Peppercorn and him Gumbo. I actually reversed it. He's kind of a noisy one, this one here. Hopefully my neighbors won't complain. I do not like using a crow collar, but as you can see, he's getting pretty loud in his day. So he may actually get crow collared. But I don't have any neighbors over there, so I think I'm going to be okay. Unless the folks over there kind of get annoyed. But I guess I should wrap this up. I still got all this lawn to cut. And I got weeds out of control. Start weed whacking them. I got to get them sprayed. I'm going to plant rose bushes along here. Been in this house about 2 years now, so it's kind of a work in progress. This really irritates me. I probably would have never had this here where it's currently at. But since my son, he needed somewhere to stay for a while, him and his newlywed wife, they had some financial issues and they had a dog, so I got this to keep the dog locked up. The dog obviously killed the lawn. And I thought, well, it's already dead. And I bought this as a future aviary. And my initial decision was going to be to hook it to one of these small coops or even build another large coop. And that may still happen. You can buy an extension and make this twice as big. That may happen next year. I'd double the size of this run. Or I may just put a second run in and just put them back to back since I've already got a dead spot. But I don't know what I'm going to do on that. I don't want too many chickens. I know if I keep getting these, I'll have more and more. I have another chicken tractor that I got from a friend who's moving to Alabama. Moving to Georgia. And he had chickens, and his wife liked chickens, but their new place is an HOA. They can't have chickens, so picked up a $300, really nice chicken run. I need to do a little work on the nest box. It's essentially a run with a nest box, so not really sure what birds I want to put in there or how I want to work it. My initial plan was to put the silkies in there and then put two of these birds down there in this loft where the silkies were at. Currently, you can kind of see the silkie. That's where I plan on putting a couple of these and then moving the silkies to the other dill. And then I've got a chicken tractor here my daughter uses. It was kind of a test. We made it out of wood pallets. It's really ugly. But we just wanted to see if we liked the format. And since we got the wood for free, we tried it. I've got another one building. It's about 65% done. It needs a wall, and then it needs a couple doors and some wire like that. And it's much lighter. That thing's like moving a tank. So that'll be disassembled and destroyed or burned off or something and gone since it's ugly, and then they'll be moved into that. And that's a nice little chicken tractor. I can move around and let them work on the lawn. Here's a view of the chickens they get to see every day. This is the Cache Mountain in the east, so it doesn't get super hot in the winter months. Trying to decide what I'm going to do along this back wall. I'm thinking I might do some vines, maybe some grapevines, and just let them fill that in, and then in the winter I can just put a tarp on the inside or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. But we had a lot of rain, so for now I just got a tarp on here. Really disappointed. Bought this tarp at Cow Ranch. They used to have fantastic tarps. These are garbage. Just gonna say that. Sorry, Cow Ranch. Love shopping your store, but trash. Get rid of this. It is garbage. I will be going back to what is it called? Harbor Freight and getting tarps from there. They are much better. This right here, sadly to say, is complete and utter garbage. Oh, we got a little loving going on. Oh, we missed it. Normally I don't talk a lot on these videos. I just set up a live feed and let people watch. I'll probably go ahead and do a live feed one of these days this week. Kind of discovered I do need to set up a video spot in the cage, and maybe I'll put it inside the nest box. They seem like they're liking it. Up here in the top, I think I will put a vent to let some of the hot air out, although like I said, this is shade in the afternoon. This is really shaded from about 2 p.m. On during the day in the summer. In the winter, the sun's much further to the south, so it does get more sun, but it'll definitely be cold. So depending on what happens, I may have to put a heat lamp in here. We get extreme cold weather here. But these are Swedish chickens, so they're, I would think these Olandsk can handle the really cold weather. But I only had them in it for a little while, so it'll be kind of interesting to see. But sometimes we do get into the negatives here, as much as -20, although that's kind of rare. It can happen. So I definitely will have it wired for emergency heat, worst case scenario, or a heat lamp. But really love these birds. They've got great personality. Let me tell you, they can fly pretty good too. I mean, they'll fly clear across my back lawn, good 150 yards probably, from one side to the other. So very, very impressive. But beautiful birds. Hoping you're enjoying just taking a look today. And I'll try to get a really nice video where I'm not here running my mouth and you can just look in when you want. And really appreciate everybody dropping by. Probably go ahead and do a little Periscope video here in the next few days as well. I do have a Periscope account. Sadly, I don't remember the name because I haven't used it for a while, just because I've had all this construction I've been doing, and then we've just had an incredible rain. You can see here in the shade, that grass is a good 4 or 5 inches tall, maybe 6 inches in places. And this was just mowed Friday, and today is Monday, so that's 4 days of grass. And it's pretty thick out here. But I got my weed eaters going and the lawnmower going. So I better wrap up. I got to do a little more mowing. I got to get the mow strip done, and I got to get all this done. So appreciate you coming by today. These are great chickens if you're in Utah or southern Idaho, Wyoming to the western side, and you're interested in getting some of these. I would love to branch these out. Eventually I will bring a hen in from another group, just to add some bloodline. These birds came out of Oregon, from the Our Fuzzy Butt Farm. She had 3 sources, so they're already kind of spread out. So I feel it's a good family to start with. They're going to be my family. And like I said, I will add in hens. I will not add in a rooster unless I had some catastrophe. If I had to get a rooster, I'd probably go back to the original source, just because I want to keep the original family as it was and then supplement to it. And then I may have a rooster that replaces those, and then you kind of get a little more uniqueness that way. I really love the yellow legs better on these birds. I think the yellow just looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and give you all one more peek. Do it very quietly. Get this metal bar so I can put it on and leave that up. But while they're learning it, I'm going to leave it the way it is. Okay, so we're going to just peek in here. They all run out but her. And I think she's the one that's getting ready to lay. You can see he wasted no time running out, these 2 little hens. I really want to get to where I have about 10 to 15 hens. I really like the hens. They're really beautiful. I'd probably rather have 2 roosters than 3, especially in my neighborhood. People don't really like that, I think. But for now, I got 3. And that probably will determine if I keep the white feet. Let me show you those white feet again. If you look right there, you can really see the white foot on that chicken versus the yellow feet. I think the yellow just pops more with their color scheme. These are darker. I like these dark color hens. They're dark like the rooster here. So if I get some dark-footed yellow-feeted hens, I probably will sell this trio. But for now, I'm going to keep both. Got them marked. I'm really curious to see what the children look like. I don't know if they'll throw yellow feet with the yellow feet, or maybe these will throw white feet as well, and those will throw yellow feet. That's one of the things I'm experimenting with these birds. I just honestly don't know. I've asked on a couple of boards. Nobody's really answered that question, so I'm going to have to answer it myself. But these are so rare. There's not really many people that have these. There's about 500 people on Facebook on the Olandsk Dwarf thing. And I would say some of those are interested in the breed. They don't have this breed. So it's really an interesting dilemma. There's not really a lot of knowledge on. And they're a land race, which means there's no standard or anything. And I don't plan on breeding to a standard even if they came with one. Since this is a rare animal, I don't know if they're considered endangered or super rare, but I know at one time there was only 50 of these birds left in the world. There's probably a couple thousand in the United States. I'm just guessing. I could be wrong on that. There's some people that have quite a few. This is a beautiful breed of bird. There's not a better backyard chicken. They don't lay a giant egg, but it is a delicious egg. They're a little bigger than an Old English bantam. Not much, though. I had some Nankins that are also very rare. These birds are just a slight bigger, especially in the feet. Their legs are bigger, for sure. Body-wise, not really. The roosters have an apple body. And I kept these specifically for comb. But as they've aged, the comb isn't near as beautiful as it was when they were young. But I do think I got really pretty combed roosters here. I'm kind of curious to see how long these tails are going to get, because they're really not that long yet. And maybe that's it. Maybe they get longer. Not really sure what to expect. So, again, these are not even a year-old bird, too. So, one thing that's really nice on this breed, you can tell a rooster fairly quick, probably about 4 to 5 weeks from birth, since they're a dwarf. It's tough to do, obviously, when they're a baby, but you can tell the roosters quickly. And you'll know when the hens lay, because, I was told as soon as they get the long comb and it turns red, they'll start laying. And let me tell you, as soon as they started laying, the combs just turned red. It was like an overnight thing. Not sure why. But I'll probably take. I don't think I'll show her. I think that would be. Looks more like